points in front of him. But he was dealer, he won. We are in first repetition. Okay. Ha. Interesting. The bamboo keeps being Dora. Okay, so the Dora indicators the bamboo 7, so the bamboo 8, which is in our hand, nice, is a Dora. We have here 6, 7, 8, 9. That's nice for several reasons. I'll get into that in a moment. We have pin 1, 6, 8. We have 3, 4, and 8, 9. We have 2 east winds, which actually is quite an advantage, depending on what you want to do. And we have a south wind. Now, we are the double south, but it doesn't really help us for now. We might hold on to it for a moment. Now, let me discuss what 6, 7, 8, 9 means. Remember how a sequence of 5, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is a 3-sided weight if you don't have a pair, if you already have a pair, right, on 1, 4, and 7. Now, if you have 4 in a row, that is a 2-sided weight if you don't have a pair. For the same reason that 3 and 4 is a 2-sided weight if you have a pair. Because this is weighting, I'm assuming you all see this on 2 and 5. Maybe it is obvious, maybe it's not. So if you get a 2, that's 2, 2 as the pair and 3, 4, 5. And if you get a 5, that's 2, 3, 4 as the sequence and 5, 5 as the pair. So that's why that's kind of good. But it's also very, very early in the game, so we don't need to talk about weighting patterns just now, but it's good to know that we have 4 in sequence. He discarded the 1. I'm willing to keep this pair of east winds, just in case. Because this might still be painful. the hand without points. And this pair has no points for us. We will discard the 1 pin. Because it doesn't connect to anything, and if we get another south, that is worth a lot. So let's discard the pin 1. We don't want to open our hand. This is a 2, we have 3 and 4, we could call that into a sequence. We don't want to do that. 3. 3 is 3 away from 6, so 3 and 6 do not connect, so we throw it. We do not... The reason we have the east is not because we want to extend it into a triplet. We are in the south round, we are south. East is without value to us. See, now we picked the 6 that was like our potential pair weight. That doesn't mean that this doesn't... that doesn't mean that this has to be our pair. There's still lots of flexibility in this hand, but I think at this point we need to say goodbye to the dream of a triplet of south winds, so we'll discard the south. Aha, a 4. Now, 4 connects with 6 to 4, 5, 6. That is weak. But we see that there is more flexibility on this side of the hand. For example, if we throw the 9, we have 6, 7, 8, and then 4, 6. For the same reason, if we throw the 6, we have 4 and 6, and 7, 8, 9. There is still many things that can happen here. For example, let's not go into it, but there is flexibility, some flexibility on this side of the hand. There is little flexibility in this 6 and 8. We have a lot of flexibility here with 3 and 4, because that is a 2-sided weight. We have little flexibility here. We have 8 and 9, so we need a 7, and we know that 1 7 is out already. But there's this magic 8 in here, so we kind of want to keep that. We don't want to... Yeah, there's an extra incentive there too. So what I would do is get rid of this 6 and 8. Now, more flexibility than I should say. Now, there is one more thing, and that is that the center is more flexible than the edges. Which means, if you play around the area of 4, 5, 6, then there's a lot you can build to either sides. If you play around the area of 7, 8, 9, you can really only extend that downwards. And that is why we're discarding the 8 before we're discarding the 6. Other than that, they would be of fairly equal flexibility. However, a second argument is that an 8 and a 9 is already out. But that's a very, very weak point. White Dragon. Triplet called here because 7, 8, 9. Instantly a Yaku. North. We are south. We don't really care about safe tiles for now. We have a very good option for safe tiles here. Right? One east is out. We have a decent pair to fall back on. So we discard the north. The only other thing that north would be good for would be as a safe tile. Aha! Here we have the 7. Good thing we didn't throw that away. We now have 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, and this is the point where Gemma would shout at me, how dare I forget the possibility of Sanshoku. Sanshoku means 3 colors. There is a winning condition that has the same sequence in all 3 colors, or the same triplet in all 3 colors. Shoku Dou Jun and Shoku Dou Ko. Now we have 7, 8, 9 here and 7, 8, 9 here, so we might have considered holding on to that 8 for a 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. But even if I had thought of that at that point, I would still have been 3 tiles away from that, and not even guaranteed that we get this one. So I still think it's the right decision, but Gemma Sakamoto, for example, would put extra emphasis on Sanshoku. Last but not least, because you can play it open. So you can open your hand with that. Now, also, she's like one of the strongest European players. I'm not entirely sure how much she has played in Japanese leagues. She is the head of organization of the World Championship, so she is very high regarded in the entire community for several reasons. Alright, let's go with the 6. Right, this 6 is now completely isolated, everything else has lots of flexibility. Aha, another Northwind. This White Dragon is the safest piece in the game because those 3 are right here. Ah! Except if someone were to go for the 13 orphans, but we're not talking about the orphans for now. We do not want to call that. We do not want to call that. We do not want to call that. Now, if we were to call this 5, we would have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, east, east, and then we'd probably discard the 6 or the 9 and have a weight on 2, 3, 4, or 3, 4, 5. However, we're not talking about the orphans. The big problem, what we wouldn't have, is a winning condition. The problem is, and that is what beginners get wrong most often. What they get most often, secondly, is Furiten. But the winning condition, you cannot skip on. If you don't have a winning condition, no matter how many Doras you have in your hand, no matter how beautiful your hand looks, if you don't have one of the 30 things on this list, you cannot win. Without a winning condition, it's a dead hand. Now, dead hand is reserved for something else. Dead hand is reserved for like when you make a mistake and are not allowed to win anymore. Now, when all lines break, winning on the last tile in the game is still a winning condition. But that is incredibly rare. Also, if you, just in case, let's get rid of that right away. If you are a fan of animes, there are 3 standard animes you could or should watch with increasing degree of ridiculousness. That would be Akagi, which is highly strategy and drama based. There is Saki, which is schoolgirl based with people with superpowers. And there is I forgot what the Japanese name is. I think there might be more out at this point. Do I have it in here? Like I bought this. I thought it was on the cover, but it isn't. What is it called? Revolution with no wasted draws. What is it called? Hang on, let me just look that up. Revolution with no wasted draws. Is that it? Ah, Mudazumo. Yeah, Mudazumo Nakikaiku. Now, people having special abilities might seem ridiculous. This is one step further, and yes, that is Hitler. The concept of Mudazumo is that all political decisions worldwide are being done at the Mahjong table. Now, there's only 3 episodes that have been filmed for Mudazumo, but the manga goes like into insane depths, and I believe there is a scene where Cardinal Bishop Ratzinger or Pope Ratzinger is fighting Hitler on the moon for the Third Reich, and things like that. Seems marginally better way to resolve things than the way we usually see. I mean, yeah, maybe. Now, why did I mention that? I wanted to make a point. Right. Right. In Saki, the medium crazy one, Mahjong better, right? In the medium crazy one, there's one player who has this as a special ability. If she is in the position to self-pick the final time, she will always pick it as a winning tile. And that is indicated by the water level in the room rising, which goes back. All right, story time. There is an etymology to this, to those winning hands of winning on the last piece, either as a discard or as a self-pick, and that is shit. Scooping the moon from the seabed and scooping the moon from the lake or something. And that's what like these yakus translate to. I have to look up. No, that's in Chankayo. Haitei, yeah, Haitei Raoyue and Hotei Raoyui. Those are those. And because she can always scoop the moon out of the river, the water rises and she gets the final draw. Okay, anyway, right. But we do not wish to open our hands, so the first thing people do is just call everything, and then they can't win because they don't have a winning condition. So, we are not going to open our hands. Red Dragon, we don't need. 9, no. Hatsu, or Green Dragon, we don't want to. Okay, he discarded the 4. He declared drawn. Closed hand. Secret silence. Ooh, Yasume. Okay, so, this is neat. This is neat. Let me show you what he has. Yo, hey Kim! We are in the middle of a Mahjong explanation. So, let's see what he has. I'm gonna write it upside down here. So he has 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now, he also has 2, 2 here as a pair and 5, 6, 7. Would anyone like to guess what his weight is? We already know that he picked the 4, so 4 is one of his weights. 89 kilograms. 3 hours, that doesn't sound great. 6 to 8 weeks. What his weight is. Any suggestions? Any guesses? I mean, we have 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Could he be waiting on something else than the 4? for the 1, indeed. He is indeed also He is indeed also waiting on the 1. But there's an easy way to see what else he is waiting on by just putting a couple spaces in here and saying if 7, 8, 9 is fixed. Oh, right. Kim, you were there at the end of the stream last time. So I am qualified for the World Championship. That has been confirmed. And so we will start every regular stream with a half-hour Mahjong session. And so I will upload this to YouTube. And this is like a full explanation on everything. And today we're gonna do a very long explanation. So, yes, indeed, Mazenshis is correct. Because I separated this out, this is now 5 connected tiles. So, let's switch those around, and we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as we know, that waits for 1, 4, and 7. So, the reason that's important is twofold. Number 1, it's a 3-sided weight, which is super nice, and he discarded the 4 and has therefore dealt into that. Another reason that's nice is that it's waiting for the 1. And if he got the 1, wouldn't that be nice if he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Oh, you saw my tweet earlier. Nice. Upload misbehaving from chat included, or what? Who is misbehaving? It's important twofold. Thanks for the Poketips. Commit Sudoku. Indeed. So that sequence 1 to 9 is also another winning condition. And it's double if the hand is closed. Sadly, he didn't get the 1. He got the 4. Which is the cheaper the cheaper side. So the Yasume. The more expensive side would have been the Takame, the expensive side. So what he really has is a closed hand that only has sequences and no other minipoints. So he has the rare Pinfu hand. Now, depending on varying rule sets, that might either be worth 30 points or... No, hang on, that is always 30 points, right? Closed hand Ron is 30. And he has a 1 multiplier here, so it's 230. Yes. He has the Pinfu, the hand without points, which is also another reading of this is Heiwa, which is peace, and this is what is on the scroll in Damien's room in Dreamfall: The Longest Journey. So, but that's kind of a coincidence, right? The reason he has that scroll there is not because of Mahjong, but because of peace. I think. Let me just check that that's not garbage that I'm spouting. Heiwa. Yes. Frieden, Ruhestelle. Heiwa, peace. Also Pinfu, a Mahjong hand. Okay. We are moving on. Oh, right. And plus, no. Was there a continuance in dealership? There's a counter here. Yes, I guess so. So, I forgot, what was it? 2,000 points, so 2,300 because of continuation counter. The dealer did not win, therefore the dealership goes to me. Let's scroll up. The dealer won last round, yeah. He won off of me, didn't he? Bastard. Okay, second South round. And after the 4th South round, we'll do everything else that we meant to do on this stream. We don't have much time for puzzle, speedruns, and adventure. We'll see where we are when this round is finished.